In Victoria yesterday, the Moonee Valley meeting abandoned and racing today at Moonee Valley, but yesterday's meeting was going to be low-key because of the grand final. All eyes on Randwick. Keith Hillier from Radio 3UZ joins us. How did you spend yesterday not going to the races, Keith?
I went to the AFL grand final, Bruce, and enjoyed it very much. You know, all the controversy about the codes, the two codes about the cups may go interstate. One's lost to Perth, one may go to Brisbane today. But we've lost the Melbourne Cup, we've lost it to the United Arab Emirates, we've lost it to England, it's gone elsewhere, but it's always come back.
What about the Victorian Training Premiership? It hasn't been in Victoria very often. I think Jeff Murphy's the only one in the last 18 years to have won it from Victoria.
Yeah, the day's not far away that Lee Friedman will win it, that's my tip.
He's on the run at the moment, there's no doubt about that. And from the Sydney Morning Herald, welcome once again to Max Presnell. You've got your grand final today. I know you're a big rugby league man, Max, but yesterday the George Main Coronation Day winning. Now, for the second consecutive week, we've seen a 3-year-old upstage the older horses. Does this mean that the weight for age scale is incorrect? The 3-year-olds are very good, or are the older horses overrated? It's an easy one to start with, Max. Good luck.
Yes, well, I'm a supporter of the weight for age scale. I don't think the 3-year-olds are getting too much weight from the older horses. I do think an outstanding 3-year-old will beat a top-class older horse. That's the point. They've got to be outstanding. You get a second-rate 3-year-old, certainly wouldn't have performed as well as Coronation Day did yesterday and Muirfield Village the week before. The point is the 3-year-olds have got to have ability.
And they can also win the Cox Plate, Keith. We've seen that over the years. An outstanding 3-year-old. Red Anchor was long odds on to win. Surrounders won it. And I'm just wondering if either Coronation Day or Muirfield Village now go on and are very special, the potential's there, maybe the naturalisms and the top weight for age horses are going to have their work cut out to hold them off at the weights in the Cox Plate.
It's shaping up as an exciting race, isn't it? And an exciting spring. They are special, Max, aren't they? Coronation Day really was impressive yesterday.
Unlike Muirfield Village, Keith, Coronation Day is a magnificent big colt. He's 16 hands. Muirfield Village is smaller, slighter, but Coronation Day, to my eye, had greater scope for improvement. His performance yesterday, as we'll see, was outstanding. He beat a very fit horse, a good horse, a non-winning horse perhaps in Kinjite. Rough Habit certainly was short of his peak, but was fit enough to race well. And I do think that Coronation Day is going to prove something special.
Well, it was one of the early highlights, no question about that, of the spring. The $250,000 Group 1 George Main, a tremendous finish coming up. Let's see how this 3-year-old gets up on the line to beat Kinjite.
No more than 7 lengths covers the field at the 800 mark in the George Main. Durbridge led, held together by 3/4 to Kinjite. A length to Dr. Grace on the inside of Telesto. A length to Rough Habit, followed by Coronation Day, who's cramped for room as they near the turn. And then Power Chief and Better Loosen Up. And back at the tail is Cabora. And still it's 7 lengths from first to last as they swing the corner. It's Durbridge in front. About a neck on Kinjite. Telesto 3 deep on the turn, followed by Dr. Grace. Coronation Day near the fence, and Rough Habit about to be switched out as they come over the rise. Kinjite headed Durbridge coming to the 200. Telesto is battling on. Then Dr. Grace. Coronation Day winding up and further out. Rough Habit. Coronation Day is coming after Kinjite with Rough Habit on the outside. Coronation Day coming at Kinjite. Larry Cassidy hard at work. Coronation Day poked his head in front as they hit the line, and Coronation Day won the George Main ahead to Kinjite with Rough Habit third.
Yes, Larry Cassidy will get off it, and Jim Cassidy now ride Coronation Day. Jim yesterday on Rough Habit. I think from yesterday, Keith, Durbridge not quite absolute silk. Dr. Grace, a very good run, and now a real query around Better Loosen Up.
Yes, Better Loosen Up after an encouraging run last start was an abstract failure yesterday, Bruce. He really is at the crossroads now, Max.
David Hayes commented after the race that perhaps in backing up Better Loosen Up mightn't have been a good idea. He said if Better Loosen Up races as poorly next time out, he said they're in trouble. I'd hate to see a great horse like Better Loosen Up continue to race as he did yesterday.
And Max, the betting for the spring champion now, would Muirfield Village be favourite or Coronation Day?
Coronation Day in my book, I don't think there'll be a great deal between them. It's going to be a great race, but as I said, I just thought that Coronation Day might have had more scope for improvement than Muirfield Village.
Well, they're both exciting. They've practically come from nowhere in such a short space of time, haven't they?
They're both in good hands too. Muirfield Village with Bart, and Coronation Day with Max Lees, who trained the former champion youngster Luskin Star, Bruce.
Yes, they've got a good track record, and Bart in particular Well, he can make a horse improve in a short space of time. Garter King winning yesterday, the final event of the program, a guide to the Metropolitan. His trainer, Les Bridge, says now he'll win the Metropolitan. He drops 3.5. Let's have a look at the win and see if Max agrees.
Tiakau Nick on the inside of Regal Sea, a gap to our Mystery Man, followed by Garter King, and out wide a Lane Shadow, then Regal Shalar. They're starting to bunch up as they come to the turn, followed by In the Money and Tusk Hunter. Well back as Mr. Sulu, and Galileo will get in on Sunday morning. To the turn now, 600 metres out, and Chandlery is headed off again by Oppressor in the centre, making a line of 3 as Melko. Regal Sea is now working into the race. Further back, Cremon Glaze, and right around the outside is Regal Shalar running a bit of a race as they turn the corner. Past the 400 mark, Melko put the head in front of Oppressor. Regal Shalar making a dash. Regal Sea between horses, and Tusk Hunter right down the outside under his lightweight is running a bit of a race too. At the 200 mark, Regal Shalar tackled by Regal Sea on his inside. Here's Garter King bursting through. Tusk Hunter still there, and our Mystery Man down the extreme outside, but the top weight Garter King has burst clear close to home. By gee, they've come from everywhere in this. In the Money got up for second. Tusk Hunter, I think, third.
Well, what about his Metropolitan chances, Max, and also Tiakau Nick and Regal Sea, who Tiakau Nick probably didn't have a lot of luck. Regal Sea looked disappointing.
Firstly, the winner had a beautiful run. Garter King is a good stayer. If he gets a set of circumstances to suit him in the Metropolitan, a rain-affected track, plenty of pace on, he'll be hard to beat. He drops to 52. Tiakau Nick, well, Mick Dittman's ridden hundreds of great races. On Tiakau Nick yesterday wasn't one. Make all the cliches in the world about luck didn't go his way and he didn't get the breaks, but really Mick was jammed up on the rail. We've got to take under the odds to back a champion like Mick. That was not a good ride. Tiakau Nick is still a very promising stayer and will be hard to beat in the Metrop. Regal Sea, disappointing.
Fair enough. Well, Clan O'Sullivan wasn't disappointing yesterday. I know reading your columns during the week, Max, you didn't think he'd be fit enough to win. He got very close. Let's look at Atlantic Brave, get him on the line.
He wants to go faster. Clan O'Sullivan led by 3/4 to London Gambler. Atlantic Brave third on the fence, followed by Centre Kima, and then Facile and a gap to New Ball, followed by the Driller and Baguette Biscuits last as they come around the turn, where Cooksley's got a stranglehold on the Clan. In front by about 3/4 of a length over London Gambler. Facile on the outside makes a line of 3. Right behind them, Atlantic Brave looking for a run, followed by Centre Kima. As they come over the rise, Clan O'Sullivan allowed more rain, slipped away by a length and a half to London Gambler. Facile. Atlantic Brave trying to push off the fences, going to run on well. Cooksley getting busy on the big chestnut. Clan O'Sullivan showing signs of distress. Atlantic Brave and Facile are coming after him. Cooksley's got to pull out. All stops on Clan O'Sullivan, who might be running out of gas. The Clan is just in front as they hit the line. Oh, Atlantic Brave has lunged, and it's another rib tickler. Nothing in it. Clan O'Sullivan and Atlantic Brave as they hit the line, with Facile just weakening on his run in the last bit.
Max, we're going to move to the show day in a moment, but a brief comment on Clan O'Sullivan. He goes for the Moir Stakes at Moonee Valley on Cox Plate Day.
He looked pretty good in the enclosure to me. Don't like the bandages. I'll jump the Moir Stakes hurdle when we get to it.
Fair enough. Let's go to Caulfield on Thursday, Keith. The Underwood Stakes, normally a very good guide. I wonder if it will be this year to feature races later in the spring.
I thought it was light on quality this year than normal, Bruce, but Prince O'Leary deserved his win.
Yes, and a question mark around My Eagle Eye now, no doubt. Sub-Zero certainly gained in favour for the Cups, and Heroicity might be coming back into it. Let's have a look at Prince O'Leary win the Underwood.
And King Marauding's third last over on the inside of Majestic Boy, and Mannerism the favourite last of all as they race onto the railway side with 850 to go. Andy's Reward about a half length infallible, a length and a half further back now over on the rails. Alias Combination, Black Rouge, Rare Chance in behind them, going forward Star Video, followed by Conchana, Tar Heel Boy, Soho Square, Mantelpiece, a gap to Vows, there followed by My Wandering Star as they come up past the 600, then Royal Snake, Holiday Lover, well back Majestic Boy, King Marauding, and Mannerism still last of all as they round the home turn. 450 metres left to go. Andy's Reward being tackled by Infallible.
Just leave it for a moment because we don't want to spoil Mannerism there. That was the Show Day Cup or the Vic Health Cup Mannerism's performance. A comment on it. It was quite extraordinary, wasn't it?
Glad we cut there because Mannerism was last in that picture, Bruce, and she got up to win after being knocked down. It was one of the most amazing performances you would see at a racetrack.
She's into 10-1 for the Caulfield Cup, and I left the track on Thursday thinking I'd seen the Caulfield Cup winner in her. I don't think she can be beaten if she can stay a mile and a half.
Yeah, it's not the first time you've left tracks thinking that something that won that day would win one of the cups, though, is it?
No, it's not. You're going to disagree. Well, Max, I might bring you in here. It was a Galilee performance. It was almost a superimpose and rough effort. In fact, it was like Galilee's winning the Toorak Handicap in '66. Now, Keith's memory is dulled, I know, over the years, but he did go on and beat Tobin Bronze the next week.
Yes, I think we'll look at the quality that Mannerism beat. I do think Mannerism is a class act. But nevertheless, the Caulfield Cup is a long way ahead yet. Don't be too jumpy, Bruce. Just give us a bit of time.
Fair enough. I'm impatient. I understand that. I get enthusiastic occasionally.
Yes,
I'm
you do.
entitled to.
But it was a big finish, and it was an excellent performance by Mannerism.
OK, let's have a look at the Underwood now. Prince Saleri's win.
Up past the 600-metre mark, Heroicity got nearly a length on Jim's Mate, a length to Prince Saleri. Ivory Way on the inside under some pressure, being followed by Sub-Zero. Grooming is next, being followed by My Eagle Eye, and last Delmar as they make the home turn, where Heroicity's being tackled by Prince Saleri, looming up on the outside, and Jim's Mate is there in the centre as they straighten up. Jim's Mate in the centre, coming at Heroicity, is battling on well. Deeper on the track, Prince Saleri, followed by Sub-Zero, Ivory Way, as they come down with 150 metres left to go. Prince Saleri's taken the lead, Sub-Zero coming after him, and they're followed by Grooming, but Prince Saleri's in front, close to home. He's got the race won. Prince Saleri broke through today for a good win. Prince Saleri, a length and a half. Sub-Zero. Delmar's run third.
Sub-Zero on the second line of the Caulfield Cup, top line of the Melbourne Cup. Let's now go to the Vic Health Cup. This was an extraordinary performance. She was on her nose at the 1200 Mannerism, had top weight. Well weighted, by the way, only giving Alias Commerbanch 3 kilos, but this is one of the runs of the spring.
And King Marauding's third last over on the inside of Majestic Boy, and Mannerism the favourite last of all as they race onto the railway side with 850 to go. Andy's Reward about a half length infallible, a length and a half further back now over on the rails. Alias Combination and Black Rouge, Rare Chance in behind them, going forward Star Video, followed by Conchana, Tar Heel Boy, Soho Square, Mantelpiece, a gap to Vows. They're followed by My Wandering Stars. They come up past the 600, then Royal Snack, Holiday Lover, well back Majestic Boy, King Marauding, and Mannerism still last of all as they round the home turn. 450 metres left to go. Andy's Reward being tackled by Infallible the centre. Looming up on the outside is Alias Combination as they straighten up, followed by Tar Heel Boy and Black Rouge. Rare Chance behind them, Excited Angel. Star Video down the outside. Mannerism well back with Soho Square. Alias Combination, the leader, coming down past the 200, tackled by Black Rouge on the outside, and Vows is running on well, and Mannerism right down the outside is coming from last. Black Rouge is the leader, 100 to go. Mannerism flying on the outside. Black Rouge just in front. Mannerism on the outside, grabbing it. Mannerism, a huge run, has run it from Vows, and Black Rouge third, I fancy.
Yes, very special. Let's look and see what it's done to the Caulfield Cup market. Mannerism into 10 to 1 now from about 16s, 20s. Viander Cross Royal Magic Star of the Realm, the favourites there. And in the Melbourne Cup, 3 equal favourites. Viander Cross Grooming, who ran on Thursday, Sub-Zero, with Naturalism 8 to 1. But Tennessee Jack still well in the market. I just wonder whether he's missed the bus at this stage.
Yes, I think so, Bruce. Lee Friedman has 3 of the first 6 in the Caulfield Cup. Today's turf tie sent in by Moonee Valley. They're racing there today. We're the best bet. Race 2, number 1, Co-Shaft, Bruce.
And that's their Cox Plate tie. It is an absolute beauty, Keith, and thanks for the gift today. I'm going to wear that with pleasure when I go to the races next.
Inquiries from around Australia when that was shown on TV.
Really? Well, I might be able to sell it if I'm losing at the races one day. Keith, join you in a fortnight's time. No racetrack next week for Bathurst. Max, good luck with the Epsom next week, and we'll see you in Melbourne shortly.
Lovely, gentlemen. And Keith, follow Coronation Day, and then perhaps you can afford to buy your own ties.
Thank you, Max.
Max Presnell and Keith Hillier sparring in a break and netball after this, the Australian Championships.